first and 10. It's Jackson. Flush to it, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's second and 20.
53's a must. 53. Check 53. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Jackson. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Trying to pound it in with Washington. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second down now. It's Washington. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams taking it in as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up first and 10. Now it's Dixon. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Running out of the gun with Dixon. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
At the 33-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Frank Clark able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of it.
And he's going to go down again. Frank Clark able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his third sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now here's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Hey, 4-1 Mike, 4-1 Mike. Here we go.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. 1st down for the Chiefs, solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Now Washington pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
At their 48-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. 15. Watch twins. Smoke.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 52 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Jackson from the shotgun. He may try and run for this. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On first, here's Washington. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On play action, it's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. Patrick Mahomes with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Jackson. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunk.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. Still want to move at a nice pace.
Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection.
Okay, ready? 45 to Mike. All day, every day, any day.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
36. Yellow. Undercrunch. Kill. Hey, turn it up. 57.
On second down, Washington. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Steps away. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on first and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught. They make a good bit of that yardage back as they're set up in much better shape now for second and goal.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
Check hot route. Kill. Hey, 43, 15.
Mahomes going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking again for Kelsey there on that play, but now it's third and goal.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Watch the block. Under 10. 10. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes, third and goal. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 3-yard touchdown pass. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. No surprise there. Third and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive begins with a run by Dixon, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Now Thompson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. And a reminder, folks, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports Halftime Report coming up shortly. The coach with us, as always, as he will start to look ahead to Super Bowl 53. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Matt Judon. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Brings up third down.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
On 1st down, it's Washington, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Back at the 26-yard line.
Yellow. Let's go on, 80. Bandit. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
On 2nd down, it's Washington, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Yellow. Body. Check 45 to Mike. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Hey, 57, 57.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Running it, Washington. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line.
On 2nd and 1, Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Yellow. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Right side.
That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Here we go.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert enough? And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Pernell McPhee. In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call? Yeah. We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Dixon running from the shotgun.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Flush to his right. Roberts got it. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Yellow. Hey, let's get that ball, dude. Let's get that ball right here. Attack. Check 31.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And going deep and this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And thanks to the interception, the Chiefs offense cashes in with 6. No problem there on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner.
And now here is another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Hey, dribble it. Kill. Turn up. Kill. Turn up.
1 quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm scared.
Staying on the ground with Washington. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. The running game continues to be a big part of their success here early in the fourth quarter.
And with those types of runs, that tells you they feel very confident in their running game. They feel very strong at this stage of the contest. And they want to keep doing exactly what we saw there, running the ball down their throat.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Dixon again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a draw play with Dixon. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. 4th down, here's Jackson. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. And that makes them now 0 for 3 on 4th down attempts.
A lot of people would say they're showing a lot of guts going for it this many times on 4th down. I think they'd have to start thinking with their head a little bit more than with their gut and their emotions because it's not working for them. They've got to figure out what's been going wrong.
They'll run with Thompson. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Again, it's Williams. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down, 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Jackson on 1st down. Roberts has it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. To throw is Jackson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Well, they've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. To throw again on second down, Jackson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row